Today I want to go over some stealth changes that were made in Update 7.0 in Battlefield 2042, or things that might fly under your radar because they're not part of the patch notes or not very obvious while playing. But I also have to go over some new bugs and issues that occurred after the update and how they affect your gameplay. So it's a bit more of a mix of several topics, but nonetheless important. And I'm gonna start with the new player cards that you can unlock as part of Season 7, but that are not in the Battle Pass and can only be unlocked by completing assignments. Two of them are for the new weapons, one is for the new gadget and another one for the new map. The one for the new SMG SCZ-3 is called Burnt Bridge, and to unlock it you need to do 30 kills from a distance of 15 meters or less with this weapon and inflict 1500 damage. The one for the AK-5C assault rifle is called Brotherhood in Arms and can be unlocked by doing 5 kills in one life and 5 kills in total with the weapon. And the one for the SRAW is called Bad Reunion, and to unlock it you need to destroy 5 ground vehicles and 3 aircraft with this gadget. The last one is for a new map Haven, is called Defiant Stand and can be unlocked by visiting 2 locations on the map. The first location is the crashed Condor in the northern part at Objective B, so just walk through the aircraft and it should track. And the second location are the lithium pools on the other side of the map at Objective D. And here you have to do the same, just get close to them or walk through them and the player card should unlock. You can do this in all official multiplayer modes as well as in solo or portal modes against AI, but for the Haven player card you need to play Conquest, because in Breakthrough or Rush the area with the crashed Condor is not accessible. And while we are already talking about Haven, there are also 2 secrets on the map that I would like to point out because I really like them. And the first one is that you can blow up the 2 single fire hydrants in the town center, and that will cause a water fountain for a few seconds. An interesting little detail considering the fact that we are fighting for a subterranean water supply in the desert. If you want to know more about the destruction on this map and how far it goes, be sure to check out SMK Gaming's video in the info box. He's showing some more cool stuff there, but for me personally the fire hydrants are the best. And then the second secret on the map is the cheeseburger behind the gas station, and while this was certainly found by a lot of players already, I'm sure not many took a closer look at the burger box, because this one shows pictures of the different plushies that you can find on Redacted. A neat little detail here that was pointed out by Danny on PC, but I'm honestly a bit disappointed that we didn't get a full Easter egg before the start of the new season as we usually did. Maybe a hint that there's not so much more to come for the game, maybe they hadn't had the time to do one, or they simply ran out of ideas. We will never know. However, the radios we found a few weeks ago with the audio messages from Henry Blackburn and a contact called Valkyrie were the only things pointing towards Season 7, so in case you were wondering what happened to the Easter egg hunt or if you missed out on something, you didn't. There was nothing more to it, at least so far. The next topic is about the scope glint that was supposed to be changed with the update, at least according to the patch notes, but is still the same as before. So according to the notes, the scope glint was removed from 4x and 5x scopes and should now only affect 6x and higher, which would mean they reverted the changes they've done a few months ago, and the Raven 4x and the PSO 5x could be used again without giving away your position. But I've tested it and that's not the case. Instead, the Raven 4x and PSO 5x still have scope glint, even though they shouldn't. The M11 6x and higher also glint, but that's the way it should be. So nothing has changed here, and if you started using the Raven or PSO again after the update, thinking that they won't glint, you might want to unequip them again. Good news on the other hand is that the Ghost Hybrid and Target AT also haven't changed and both still don't produce scope glint, even though they are at a maximum magnification of 4 and 4.5 times respectively. So if you want a zoom scope without glint, you still need to go with one of these. I also recognized that the edges of the target AT seem a bit more blurry now and have more of a fisheye effect than before, and the transition speed of the target AT as well as the Maul hybrid is significantly slower than before the update, at least on some weapons. I tested it on the AK-24, VHX and RPT-31, and on all of these guns, both of the optics have a much slower transition speed now than they had before. So switching between the red dot and the scope on the Maul hybrid, or between the iron sights and the scope on the target AT, takes longer now. On the DM7 and the V-Car, on the other hand, the speed is still the same. I'm not sure if this is intended or meant to be some kind of nerf to these optics on assault rifles and LMGs, but it might also be a bug. Only the Ghost hybrid doesn't seem to be affected and still has the same speed as before on all of these weapons. I've also recognized that some optics, like the small thermal, don't always align with the shots of your weapons, so it seems like this is all a bit fragile at the moment. Same for the new visual recoil. While it works great on some weapons and makes them feel a lot more natural, it is completely broken and all over the place on others. It's also very inconsistent throughout the weapons and categories, and even within the categories. It differs so much that some weapons are still lasers while others are unplayable. Plus, the recoil bug that was just fixed a few months ago is back, as showcased by Enders in one of his last videos. This is supposed to be fixed in a future update, but for now it might happen again on some weapons, especially on LMGs, that the weapon moves out of the center of your screen while shooting, snaps down when controlling the recoil, or still moves upwards even though you are controlling the recoil. So all pretty messed up right now. And this is not getting any better when looking at the vehicles. With the recent change to the tank turret speed, it seems like the third person as well as the first person animations on all battle tanks were completely messed up as well. When in first person it's completely glitched sometimes, while on others the edges only stutter. And in third person it also doesn't feel quite smooth when turning the turret, plus the reticle is misaligned even more than it was before the update. And this is even happening on the EMKV90 Tor, a vehicle they haven't touched in the update, at least according to the patch notes. And I only tested a few of my setups here and not more. There might be even more issues with the vehicle animations that I haven't seen yet. Plus, for some reason the Super Hind and Condor are currently not present on Breakthrough, which is also not intended, but DICE will bring them back as soon as possible, whatever that means. And when looking at all of these issues, I gotta say that this is probably the worst update we ever got for this game. I'm not sure how they managed to mess up so many things at once. And I'm not even including the matchmaking and progression issues or the crashes and freezes on Xbox that we experienced when the season started, because these were luckily fixed already. Anyways, I'm hoping for a fast solution for the other issues as well, but right now they are in the game and you should be aware of them. On a more positive note, the reload animation of the AKS-74U was finally improved and looks a lot smoother now and somewhat similar to the AK-24, and the 60mm mortar pod on the MAV got a range buff and its projectiles go a lot farther now. In addition, I got the question a few times why players that return to the game in Season 7 suddenly have all of the Season 5 and 6 content unlocked, and yes, this is correct, at least when you are the owner of the game's Gold or Ultimate Edition or of the Year 1 upgrade. Then the weapons, gadgets and vehicles of these former 2 seasons will automatically unlock for you if you missed out on them. If you are not the owner of the aforementioned editions, you will have to unlock this gear via assignments. And that was it for today. A lot more issues than stealth changes this time, but nevertheless important, like I said at the beginning. I hope you still enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching and thanks to my members for the additional support. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.